Okay.
Oh, we are going. All right,
Good
good morning.
morning.
Hey, everybody. It's kind of tricky to do this. I'm Kelly,
And I'm
and
Diane.
we're here today to take you down a walk down memory lane because it's Memory Bound's 24th anniversary. 24 years ago, we opened the doors
And we've been around
a
a
long time.
long
And we
time.
were really young then, too.
Yes.
We were super young at the time. So you can tell that we're still very young, right, Diane? And
Sure.
so we've got a lot to do. We've got some announcements. We have new product from Elizabeth Crafts. We're having a 24th anniversary sale. So we're going to flip the camera around and get started.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Oh, and we're actually memory bound in Ankeny, Iowa. We didn't tell you that, but that's who we are.
Okay.
And Diane, I was saying that 24 years in craft store years is a long time because a lot
It
of
is.
stores that opened back in 2000, the 2000s, early 2000s are
No
gone.
longer.
So
Yep.
I'm really proud to be here, and this is what I wanted to show
Yeah.
everybody
We're
first. 24.
very,
Woohoo!
very fortunate to still be around.
I know we
And
are.
we're going strong.
Thanks to all of you, our community,
Yeah.
and everything. And we're going to tell you all about that too. But because it is our 24th anniversary today, October 1st, we are having a sale. And some of you already know about it because you have already placed a few orders or
Oh,
given
I
us a
don't have a
call.
mic on.
Oh, Diane needs a microphone. Oops. All right. We've
Okay.
been around a long
Yeah.
time, but we still sometimes have troubles.
Oh,
But
gracious.
because it is our 24th anniversary, we're doing 24% off stamps and dies in stock today only. So if you've had something you've had your eye on, or maybe you want to treat yourself, this is the perfect day because it's 24% off. And the only exclusion is the new things we're going to show you from Elizabeth
These
Crafts that
crafts.
launched
Yep.
today. But otherwise, it's online. You can come into the store and treat
Here's
yourself.
Katie. You don't have your
Oh,
mic?
I have it. Does she have it now?
Yeah, it's on.
Someone said you didn't have a mic. Come on over,
I
Katie.
didn't. It was laying
Katie's
over
got her
there.
memory bound shirt on. I should have wore a memory bound
Vintage.
shirt. It's a
Yeah,
vintage one.
it is.
It
Good
is.
morning.
It's her happy place.
Happy
This is our happy place.
24.
Thanks,
Oh,
Katie.
conk, conk, conk.
Ah,
Happy
yeah,
24,
I
Kelly.
know. It's so good. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
We're going to talk about more about that, but I just want to make sure you know about our sale today. Yesterday we had, well, we were supposed to have
Yeah,
Janet,
we were
but we
supposed
didn't.
to.
We had a Janet-less launch of her newest card kit, which is made with Botanical Buzz from Dennis Bruton, is the
And it's
collection
awesome.
49 to market. She did a little video. Be sure and check that out. She did a video after the video showing all the cards so you could really see them. We didn't have the cards to show you. Technology, you know, sometimes doesn't always work like you think it's going to.
Kathy, that problem has been fixed. Some of the dies and stamps did not show up,
Oh, they should be now.
but if you put an online order through and it doesn't show, the ladies here will correct it.
Or put a note in it to
Yep.
make sure we do see
we'll
that.
make sure we get those corrected.
Yes.
You know, we always have to have a problem.
There's
That's
always,
the way
yeah,
we do it.
I know there were some things, but it's all good now, you
Yep.
guys. So don't worry about it. And we'll take care of you.
Yep.
We've been doing our best for 24 years, and we're going to do it today too.
We
Anyway,
strive for great customer service.
we do. And I think that's what sets us apart.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, the other thing I want to mention is we mentioned it on Monday, but we are collecting for the Youth Emergency Shelter, which is here in Des Moines. It's the Iowa, I got to look at the name, Iowa Homeless Youth Shelter. And Chris's son actually works there and helps some of the youth. It's people 16 to 24 that don't have any place to go. Could you guys imagine not having a place to go? I can't. I
No.
always felt like I had somebody I could go to.
Yeah.
But so we're collecting through October 15th, and you can either make a donation, and I'll have a monetary donation or a not Facebook, Amazon donation, and I will post those links today. If you want to bring something in, they need your basics, hygiene things like shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, nail polish. It's hard to imagine not
Not
having those
having.
things.
Yes.
It really makes me sad
Yeah.
that some people have to worry about having those types of things. Other things like hair trims, ethnic hair supplies, clothing like underwear, um, bras, socks, t-shirts, all sizes, towels. Can you imagine, Diane, not having towels? And then any type of kitchen utensils or pots and pans and other fun things like activity books and card
Games.
games, crayons, gift cards to like Walmart. Casey's is a local place here or Target. And what they do is they provide safe housing for homeless people that are 16 to 24. And they even have a facility for moms and kids that have nowhere to go. So if you want to help out with that, drop your things in or give us a call, or you'll be able to donate soon online.
Thank you, everybody, for your
Are we
wonderful
getting a lot of
comments.
nice
We're
comments?
getting tons of
Oh, good. I had to
comments.
check the thermostat. I'm getting a little warm.
Yes,
We're not able to show your comments right now because we're on the
we're on the
road. We're on the
roll.
road. We've stepped away from the desk. All right, one more announcement before we show you the new product, and it is the World Card Making Day is Saturday. There is so much going on this month. We got
October is full.
Today is our anniversary. We got World Card Making Day Saturday. Next week, we hope to have a lot of visitors stop in that are here in town for Stamp Joy. So we've got some extended hours, and we also then the next week Janine Meyerowitz is here teaching,
Yes.
and then there's something after that, Diane.
Well, then it'll be
Then it's
November.
holiday open house. So
Yeah.
anyway, if you wanted, we'll have some specials for World Card Making Day, and then I'll be here on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll have a craft along using the all wrapped up cards
And
from
this
Simple
is one of
Stories.
my favorite collections.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do some things with some twine. I have a thing about red and white twine. So I'll probably add some of that, give you some ideas. So that's 9 to 11. So not 9:30. And if you have the kit and you want to craft along live, punch out all your pieces and sort them by card and you'll be ready to go. And that's all of this is on our calendar. Do you want to switch places
Okay.
for this?
Yep.
All
I
right.
will introduce the new
This is
Elizabeth
so
Crafts.
exciting.
We've had this in house for a couple weeks.
I
And
think they wanted to launch it on our anniversary.
Oh, that's right. I bet they did.
Diane, we have a quick question about our holiday open house, which is an annual event, and it officially starts the first Saturday of November, but it's always ready to go by
Yeah.
Wednesday or
Wednesday
Thursday.
or Thursday.
So otherwise, it'll be that first
In
Saturday.
these last couple of years, Halloween and Halloween
really-
or holiday open houses overlapped.
I know we almost have to like move the spiders and
Yeah.
skeletons to get out
We
the
kind of
Christmas
do.
trees.
We kind of do. Okay, this is a new release from David. It is called Golden Season,
And it's a good one.
it is a very good one. We'll start with some
Where
of
do
the
you want to
dies.
start? Okay.
This is okay. Build a journal. Build a journal. So
Is there two
there's
build a journals?
two that are build the journal, and this is $22.92, and it's got
So this is build a journal, and then there's build a journal XL.
it's got the page, and then it's got a tab, and this is the end. How do you want to describe it? To put the
Stitching?
journal together, it'll hold the whole all the pages. These are the edges, and then some really cool. I love these
Different shapes,
shapes,
for sure.
little tags. Yeah.
Is there a picture on the back? Sometimes they have
Well,
pictures that,
no,
like, there's
Kinda.
kind of the shape that they used.
there's some of the tags. So yeah, the words. There's autumn, love,
Happy
happy, and thanks. Yeah, good ones.
Donna's saying the word for a spine.
Oh,
Thank you, Donna.
thank you.
And this is also journal
Yep.
builders, but XL.
The XL, which is kind of a square, and I don't
There's
have any
really-
to share.
There's
to show.
really good pictures online. Online, when you see this, we put pictures of everything cut out.
Yep, this it fits the Passport XL and the Art Journal.
Oh, that's why it's XL.
Yeah.
Okay.
So man, there's some fun things. Now this is kind of a Christmas and fall collection. So you will see leaves, and then you will see Santa. It's got a park bench, the leaves, the umbrella. Here's
umbrella.
even a squirrel for
Oh.
us here. And then
There's a guy on the
Okay.
park bench. That's why
Yeah.
there's a guy there.
Look at those, that twig or the branch, and then you put leaves on it. And then you will see the owl is a stamp you will see on another set. But how fun is that?
Now
Love all
these
those.
are, this is the exclusion to our 24th
Yes.
anniversary sale.
The first one was $24.99. This one is $27.99. And these are all online.
They're under new and Elizabeth Craft's new
Yep.
release, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite. It's called Book of Christmas Square. It fits the square XL, and this
But you
this
could use it on its own. My
yep,
gosh.
it's in the shape of a book page though, which is really
Hmm.
cool. And then this is kind of a background, and then the wreath.
The wreath is like a wreath builder
Yeah,
because
look
you've
at
got
the
the
back
leaves.
of that. Look at that. That's so cool. And then here is the page up here. So the shape of this is really cool, which you can use. I would figure out how to use it in anything.
I do like
Yep.
that a lot. It's hard to tell that
27.99.
the wreath die is really, it's like twigs.
It's
The
pretty
wreath
cool.
itself. Yeah, that's the one that caught my eye.
Yeah, love that background.
Well, I think the
though.
next one caught my eye too. A lot of them caught my
Yeah.
eye.
22.94 fall leaves. It fits the passport XL, square XL, and the art journal. And it's again got a page. Let me
So that folds
see.
over, doesn't it, to make like a pocket?
Yeah, you can kind of see it right here. It makes a pocket. Yep.
Those leaves, and they just have random holes in them.
Yes.
Oh
And
my gosh.
they have leaves that spell out fall, which I really like. Love that.
You got your
And this is
acorn.
a topper for probably or this piece down here, the acorns, and these leaves are really good. Yeah, this is a good one. Love that.
This is a good, this we're showing you golden season. If you're just
Yep.
joining us, I'm Kelly and Diane's here. And we got Janet here also from Texas. And we're showing you the new release from Elizabeth Crafts. And then we are going to take a walk down memory lane to celebrate our 24th anniversary.
Okay, journal stencils number 9. Let me turn
Well,
this
they've had a
over.
lot of stencils.
Yeah, it's got quite a variety of things. It goes from Christmas to pretty generic. This is a cool one.
These are a different size than most stencils. They're about 4.5 by 9
Yep.
almost.
$12.99. And this is one of my favorites. They've come up with these set of stamps that are just you just stamp it all at once and then cut them out. This is journal phrases number 6, but it's got fall and Christmas.
So good times,
phrases.
hello autumn,
Yeah.
hello everything, or merry everything, fall in love, Santa's coming, bake cookies, Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah, it's a good one. These have been very popular. Love the autumn memories, family. So that's a really good one. $18.99. And then we're going to go to the stamps and dies, which is this one.
Ooh, that would be great for coloring.
These do have the die set to go with them. Love that stocking. These just stamped on music paper or book pages in black
And just leave as is.
and just leave, you don't color it, are really cool effects. And then there's the dies, $45.99.
It's nice to have it all together.
And this is another one. Now this one does not have dies with it. It is just stamps.
It's
It
called
is
Santa.
But these again, just stamped in black on book pages, music paper, are really cool.
I think you could color them with your Olo markers or
definitely.
watercolor.
You could definitely
They've got lots of
watercolor.
possibilities.
Yeah, these are really good. So this is just stamps. And he explained why he didn't do dies with this because they're pretty easy to fussy cut.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps the price down also if you
Yeah.
can. And you know, World Fussy Cutting Day, that's the
Is-
holiday I
yes.
forgot. That's the 25th of October.
Okay, and this is called Golden Season. This does have the stamp and dies. Look at that owl.
Wow.
Yeah. The um, leaves on this set are again really cool. So those are the dies, $41.99. So you really have quite a variety of Christmas, fall, stamps, dies, a stencil.
I'll
They
run through them
just
while we get the
do a
paper.
really, really good job of,
This is the Golden Season
yeah.
release from Elizabeth Craft.
Every collection that they've had this year has been really, really good. And they have put out a lot of collections.
There's that owl, the owl guy. All
Okay,
right, but don't go away because there's paper.
we still have more. Backgrounds Volume 3 is here. And it's pretty.
Might be the best one
It
yet.
is. It's right up my alley.
very
That's
vintage.
it's very vintage. So we'll just run through.
Oh, look at the back.
that and look at those words. Just
Okay.
love those words. See, I would buy this just for the words. I don't need the pictures, but I love the verbiage.
They're kind of like Tim Holt's Lost Relatives or Found
Yep.
Relatives or whatever.
Okay, some
Like a ledger.
ledger. And look at the back of that. Love that.
Kind of like we were
School
just talking
paper.
school paper. We were just talking
Yep.
about that yesterday.
Another ledger paper, but these are
Well,
all
it's a little
distressed. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Look at the back of that.
oh, it's got the grid, the little
Yeah,
dot grid.
it's-
These would
and
be
then-
great for making journals and
Yes.
make writing in
You
them,
have a
writing
lot
about
of-
your glimmers or your life or
Look
ooh.
at that.
Let us know what you think about this new release.
Yeah, this is another just plain lined paper. In the back.
Diane,
This
I
is
see
more-
this in your pile.
Yes, definitely.
Now,
then-
with Elizabeth Craft papers, you can only buy them in the pack. They're not
Yep.
individual. So, but I think you'd want all of these.
It's just amazing how they can make this.
Yeah, and it's really heavy paper
It's
too.
it's nice
It's
paper.
About
Yep,
like
and
49 in
another
market.
lined.
Rhonda says she loves the paper pack,
Yeah.
and Shannon says the
then-
paper is
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay, so you get two papers.
But the backs are probably different on. They usually you get two of each, and they just mix them up.
Okay.
So you don't
Yeah.
have the same front and back. But I think we've shown you all the different
Yep.
ones. Melanie says great paper,
Yeah, it is definitely.
and this was just released today, so it's hot off the.
It
It's hot out
is.
of a box from the receiving
Underneath
room.
my
Actually,
desk.
Sandy says the paper is beautiful. Diane, I'm just going to walk out here to see what kind of action's going on out here before we get
Okay.
started.
We're going on the road.
So we got a lot of action going on out here on the store. We're not open for business yet, but we got, look at our staff. You guys are, well, we are open for business in a way, but look at everybody, how they're running around, and there's a few web orders this morning, and they're just trying to get them all taken care of for you guys. So there goes Peggy.
Yep, lots and lots of orders. So you can.
And that's because it's our 24th anniversary today, and stamps and dies are 24% off. So we're going to now get on with the program.
Okay.
So Diane, I'm going to lock this in here. Who would have thought that when we opened our doors 24 years ago that we would be here 24 years later?
I can't tell you that I would have thought that I would still be working.
Well, we're glad you are, because that's a big reason why
I'm-
Memory Bound is
I'm-
still open. Oh, look at you guys. Doug went and got me a
Yes.
Diet Pepsi.
They are good.
All right, so just a reminder that our stamps and dies today for our anniversary are 24% off because we are celebrating 24 years at Memory Bound. And one of the reasons we're still here is because of all of you, and we really appreciate that.
And we have made lifelong friends.
Yes.
I just have to say that because, and some of you, we've never met. It's like
I know,
having
in
pen
person.
pals.
Oh,
I used to have a pen pal, somewhere in like the Netherlands or somewhere, and then we lost touch. But
Isn't that's
it's
true.
so
That's a
much fun
good
to have.
analogy for sure.
Yeah, pen pals.
So, what we're going to do for the rest of the day, we're going to take you down memory lane. Last night, I scrounged through some of my supplies and I found some things that
She found some
I
oldies but
found some
goodies.
oldies that might think, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And if you remember something, please chime in, and we'll um, Diane's going to read comments. We can share it with everybody. I brought what I think might be my very first scrapbook page I made, so I brought that today. We asked you. We had a post on Facebook a couple days ago asking about how long you've been crafting. How has crafting changed, especially paper crafting, in the last 24 years? So I want to share some of those because we had some really good answers to that.
I know I've changed.
I
My first pages are going to look like your first
I think a
pages,
lot of
but
I think a lot of people's are going to look like that, which
they
I love.
my pages now don't look anything like.
And I did bring our trophy because
Yeah.
Memory Pound in 2020 we were the brick and mortar store of the year with the creative industry.
Yep.
And
Great
I
award.
got to give a shout out to Dawn
Well
because
deserved.
Memory Bound also wouldn't be here without Dawn. And if
Yep.
you have been around Memory Bound for a little while, Dawn was my business partner when we opened. And we had a third person that was here for a short time, Barb. But we actually started Memory Bound before we even had a store. And so a
Was
lot of,
in Barb's garage or
yeah,
extra
yeah,
room
for a
or
while when we started, when we had an online store. But it was really Dawn. So I want to give a big shout out. And I know a lot of you have come in and asked about Dawn and how she's doing. And she retired.
yeah.
So some of us are still
She's
here.
just
We're
playing.
still here. Yeah, she's enjoying her grandkids and enjoying retirement. So before we get started, though, Diane, I wanted to show a couple cards because Sharon sent us this card. Sharon sent us this card, and look how beautiful the
Oh
cover
my
is.
goodness.
And she put a note in here that it was inspired by Teresa, that she used ink smooshing and Tim Holtz stamps and stencils and Rusty Hinge glaze.
And it looks like oxides.
It's really cool. And it's that blueprint stamp
Wow.
that Peggy used the other day.
Neat.
So it is really cool. So thank you, Sharon. That's really sweet. And then yesterday we got an anniversary card.
Oh, Mary is saying we should have had Dawn on as a special guest.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
No.
Yeah.
But you know what? No, they're
Is
still
she
in
gone?
town. I think they leave in a few days.
Didn't even think about that. So that was a great idea. Alice hand delivered an anniversary card or
Isn't that beautiful?
This is really pretty. And it's actually, I wonder if somebody could get this die. It's the you
The
know which one?
Elizabeth
The lamp.
crafts?
Yes.
Oh,
We're
maybe
going to
I
see
can
about
just go
somebody
find
can get
it.
the die because she did a very unique thing with it, and we'll show you
I
that.
can get it. Okay, sorry.
And I want you guys to know that we have pretty much all the cards we've ever received. We have them in a container back in our staff area because you can't throw away a handmade card. And someday I'm going to get them all out, and we're just going to put them all out on the table and show them to you because they are amazing. So while Diane is getting the die for us to show with Alice's card, I just want to say that we opened our doors October 1st. We had started our company before we opened Memory Bound, the store. Oh, Diane's got it. All right, so this is the festive lantern die, and it's got these panels that you can see here that you put together to make the lantern. But you guys, wasn't Alice creative because she just took the panel
cool.
and made it like a trellis and put some little flowers on it.
And it's the perfect size.
It is. It's perfect for an A2. So I just got to look at it some more.
Yeah, it's
So thank you guys for the cards.
it's
It's really
thinking
sweet.
out of the box.
It's very well, and it gives you one more use
Yep.
with your die because you know how Teresa's got to have 3 ways to use her product before she gets it. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about changes that have happened in the last 24 years in the paper crafting world. And then I want to share your comments, and I'll show you a little bit about my crafting, and Diane can share hers. And maybe Janet can go out. A year ago, Diane and I were here, right here.
Yep. Talking.
Not here in the studio, but we were here, and we talked about the history of Memory Bound and how Memory Bound got started and the changes of our company through the years. And if Janet can find that video, maybe she can link it and you could watch it later, or maybe you can do a two screen thing and watch both at once. I don't know. But so um, let's see, where do we want to start? Well, there's been a lot of changes for sure. And I want to let you know that Diane and myself and Janet are the original staff members
Yep.
that were here when Memory Bound actually, before we opened our doors. And Diane, you said you remembered that first day that we
I
opened.
do. I was working at the school at the time, which is like 2 blocks away. And I remember coming over on my lunch hour because I was so excited to see the
What was
store
going on?
and what was going on. Yes. And then I came to work at Memory Bound a year later, I
Well, you were
believe.
working part
I
time.
was working
Yeah,
part time here, and then had my other job, but then came
thank goodness.
here almost exactly a year to the date that we opened.
And we
And
were
I
very grateful because Diane
it
has
was
been awesome.
it was to so busy, busier than we ever thought.
Yeah.
We thought that we would be able to scrapbook,
Yeah, we did. And
which
a
was
lot of stores were opening at that time and I
yeah,
think some people thought that's what they would be doing, but
yeah,
it isn't. Dawn and I talked about bringing our kids and bringing a
yep,
cooler and
yeah,
making, bringing lunch and
yeah.
it didn't happen like that,
It
but
did not. Thankfully, it did not happen that way.
Diane, I do have a picture. Do you want to flip the camera? I do have a picture of what Memory Bound looked like before all of these racks and this product. And
Oh
so
wow!
this is called a vanilla box. So when you lease a space, this is what you hope to get, and it's just a shell.
And we only had 2 bays at that time when
Yes.
we opened.
And then we added a third bay in 2003, and then in 2004 we opened a store in Ames, Iowa,
Names.
which is just a little north of here. So it's just they're still putting up drywall and things.
Oh,
So I found that picture like 20 minutes ago and thought you guys might like it.
yeah, that's cool.
Um, so there has been a lot of changes over the years. I think what I'd like to do is tell you about how long I've been crafting, and then talk about our
Yeah, to
Facebook
look at
comments.
these pages is pretty special.
So this actually is how Dawn and I got started, was doing things like this on albums, and it's a hot foil imprinting. And so I brought this album. I don't know where the spine is, but I know you guys are, if you've been crafting for a while, and a lot of you have, because I've got the notes to prove it, you probably remember, probably started maybe a lot of you as creative memories. And that's how I got started.
Yep.
And this, I think, is my first layout.
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
100% sure, but I think it is where, you took pictures and you went to a class. I think it was like $10 maybe, and you came home with layouts. So I think this is my first layout. So I've
And
got things cut out
and the
and
triangle
oh
corners.
yeah,
Oh my
and the
gracious.
stickers.
Sticker
Remember those?
letters,
Um,
stickers. And we
oh, I
cut
have
our
stickers.
pictures into shapes,
Yeah, I actually
which
brought
neat.
sticker letters, but they're not here. But that's okay. You guys remember? It's okay. I think they might be laying in the back hallway. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I'm
Oh
guessing you
my.
guys maybe have some albums like this at your house.
Look at Doug.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, Doug had brown hair. And anyway,
He had
so
hair.
I think a lot of you have books like this,
Yep.
and I just thought it'd be fun just to look at um, first layouts. And it looks like Joanne says hers look like that, and Laura's look like that,
Yeah.
and everybody started with the basic
Basic.
shapes.
Yep.
And I did crafty things even as a kid, not paper crafting. And how about you, Diane?
Definitely. My mom, and I should have brought in one of her books. She was actually scrapbooking before we knew the term
Oh,
scrapbooking.
really?
She was a great picture taker, and she did albums on just the paper. Remember the albums that just had that
Oh, like a scrapbook,
scrapbook
scrapbook. Yeah.
and then used rubber cement
Oh my gosh.
to glue pages in. And then when Dawn and I started taking apart her books, well, you could not, nothing would take,
Yeah, rubber cement's kind
no.
of tough to get off.
So, I mean, we ruined some pictures, but we were able to just pull the paper off. But yeah, she had several scrapbooks before when we were growing up. And we all had baby books.
Oh, see,
All five of us
usually
had
the
baby
oldest
books.
kids get the baby books and the
Nope,
youngest
we all
kids.
got baby books. I'm not sure about Dawn, but she was,
Dawn was the baby
yeah.
baby.
Um, so it's been in our DNA for
I
a
used
long
to like,
time.
I did macrame. Do you want to switch the camera while I do this? I did macrame, embroidery. My mom sewed, we sewed. I made my Barbie clothes. But
Oh yeah.
it really wasn't until probably um, the 90s when I started scrapbooking. And I saw somebody with a creative memories layout. I'm like, I want that. And I went to a class and I was a creative memories consultant, but only because I wanted to do it myself,
And
make pages.
do you remember what I said? If Dawn
Yes.
was here, she would remind me.
That you tell everybody what you said because it's pretty funny.
Well, I had 3 kids at home, young kids, and there was no way I was going to have time to scrapbook. Just I wasn't even going to attempt to get into it. But then I went to a class, and of
And you were
course,
hooked, and here
and
you are
I
24
know,
years
look at me
later.
now,
And really,
and I love it, love
really
it,
more
love
than
it.
24 because we were doing things
Yeah,
before this.
yeah.
Well, a lot of you shared your experiences. Barbara said she started in 2005 for therapy for severe depression and
Yeah,
now has had 20 years of therapy. Best therapy ever, she says.
that's awesome.
And she talked about how you didn't really have varying sizes of paper 20 years ago. And that's true. And Diane and I were talking, I don't think there were collection packs. I mean, there was cardstock
There was
packs,
just really stickers. There
but
was no
and there was no
embellishments.
cardstock stickers. They were all
No.
on the roll. Oh, I got
Oh my gosh.
stickers on a roll.
This brings back nightmares.
Okay, this is a
Stickers
really.
on the
Can you hold
roll.
this up there, Diane? And I probably you can hold it up there better.
Let's see
That was
here.
a wall that we had here at Memory
Yeah.
Bound. It was probably about 15 feet of rolled stickers. I don't know how many rolls high, but how many of you remember?
Oh my God. Just keeping them rolled up was a task in itself. Wow.
Um,
That's
Gosh, Mary says her mother used old phone books to glue pictures and newspaper clippings
oh,
in. Mary, that's so cool. It's like a
yeah.
junk journal.
Yeah.
Okay. Diane says she's always loved crafting and photography. She redid her parents' wedding album. Um, she said she looks forward to our videos every morning and she's passed her skills on to her children and
Oh, that's
grandchildren.
so neat.
And that's so
Yeah.
important because to get younger people saving their memories, it's very important. And Laura said she's paper crafted or she's crafted all her life also. And she made her first scrapbook with her dad's and mom's retirement. And she was cutting photos and adding photo labels. And now she sees it as an art form, that paper is a canvas. And some people scrapbook more like that, where it's creative and an art form. And some people get their pictures in and keep it simple. And however you do it, as long as you're doing it, I think that's what's important. And Jerry started with crayons, markers, glue, and scissors. So we won't ask you, Jerry, how old that was, but she loves to create, and she says crafting makes life better.
And the decorative scissors. Oh
Oh
my
yes,
gosh. Everybody
I
had to
almost
have
brought some of
those.
those, but I
And
didn't.
we still sell a
We've got
pack.
yeah, we do have a pack.
My boys, when they do get out the tub of stuff, love the
They like
decorative
to cut with the
scissors.
scissors.
Yeah.
I need to get
Yeah.
those out for our kids.
Yes.
Kim said she's been stamping and making cards since the late 80s. And she got started with creative memories in about the year 2000, which I think a lot of you that are scrapbooking got started with creative memories.
A lot of
And
people remember the sticker wall.
oh, good. Oh my gosh, you guys don't know what a mess that was
Oh my gosh,
for
it
us.
was.
People would rip off stickers and not want them, and then we
Yeah.
had loose stickers,
Yeah.
and
It
it was
was.
really good. Um, Kimberly also says she loved the in-store classes with Janet and the make and
Yeah.
takes.
They were good.
And she said a lot has changed, and there's so many tutorials and ideas because there wasn't like YouTube and everything back
We
then
didn't
and
have the
videos.
internet like we do now.
Okay, that's
No.
why we had this. I'll have Diane show this. I feel like is it Jimmy Fallon or something when they put up pictures?
Oh my gosh.
So I wanted
Was
to
that
show
in our
that.
store?
Yeah, that was the back of our store. Look at all the idea
Wow.
books.
Look at all the
Do you remember
idea
those racks we
books.
had? Man, we hauled
Yes.
racks like you wouldn't believe. Wow. So that was part of Memory Bound many years ago. And you know what, you guys, I brought some magazines to show you
Kelly
too.
still has them.
I still have them. I don't know that Doug's happy about that, but I had never thrown away a magazine
I
except
got
I
rid
had a
of a
box that
lot of
got wet. I
mine.
had a box that got wet and I had to let it go. Okay. Vera Lynn said she started in the 80s crafting and she discovered creative memories like a lot of us. And this, I love this phrase, Vera Lynn, that lit the fire to a 45-year addiction to paper crafting.
Oh,
And her husband says she's a piece of scrapbook paper away from being a hoarder.
that's good.
But she says she's not a hoarder. Um, so anyway, she found us accidentally one day when she was scrolling and she said, Holy Mother of Moses, I found the mothership of scrapbooking and card making supplies. I was over the moon. I watch live every day. It's my hour of fun. Vera Lynn, I hope
Oh
you're
my
watching right now
gosh.
because this is hilarious.
That's good.
And I'm glad that we can send you packages. So she said, Memory Bound rocks. Tammy started in 2000 when a friend got engaged and she made a wedding gift, which is really super nice.
Yeah.
And she did use the decorative scissors.
Scissors.
And Rhonda was mid 90s when her daughters were in school, which I think weddings, babies, and school things.
School.
And
Yeah.
this is funny what Rhonda said, you guys. She freaked out because she didn't have any scrapbooks of their life started, and here they were graduating. So she had to
Oh.
hurry and get them done.
Yeah. I think a lot of moms felt like
And she
that.
still has some unfinished scrapbooks. How many of you have unfinished scrapbooks?
Mhm.
Yeah. Diane raised her hand.
Yes. I have a
Um,
few.
and then Rhonda's been scrapbooking since preschool. She's in 4-H, or I mean, some sort of crafting. But she went from construction paper, poster board, and markers to using her Cricut and Big Shot and cardstock. And she said her best discovery was finding Memory Bound 9 years ago. So thank you, Robin. And we also got a comment from her sister, Melody, who loves cutting and pasting and anything creative, but she really enjoys scrapbooking. And she and Robin are our South Dakota sisters
Yep.
that
They
come for a
make
visit.
a trip here, what, once or twice a
Yeah,
year?
and you know what's funny, you guys? Melody says we're blessed to live close enough to Memory Bound to get there to shop once or twice a year. It's the
Yeah.
happiest place, and they're not really that close, but it's drivable.
It
It's
is
drivable.
drivable.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Diana said it's been 24 years and she scraps more about daily life instead of big events. And that was something I learned that you you want to remember your everyday life. Those of you that have grandma's journals, Diane, you have like your mom's.
Yes, yes. And the interesting thing about that is when you look at the backgrounds, like in my mom and dad's house, the pictures that are on the wall, the curtains, the
Oh yes,
furniture,
yeah.
the memories that that brings back, not just the people that are in the
But
picture, but
the home
the
itself,
home
yeah.
itself and
The clothes, the
and the
cars.
cars and stuff like that. So be kind of careful of how you cut your pictures out too.
Oh,
Don't
good tip.
cut out all the backgrounds
Um,
because eventually those will
Maybe don't fussy cut your people. And I'm looking to
yeah.
see if I have an example, but I don't think I do have one. I'm sure I do
We used to
somewhere.
fussy cut
Oh,
everything
here
out.
I do have one.
Oh,
I don't know
yep,
if it'll
right there.
glare, but here's our
Yep, right
daughter.
there.
There's Corey Ann right there for First
Yeah.
Communion, and you can see that it is just Corey Ann.
But it's so much fun to look back on pictures, old pictures of my grandpa and grandma's house and remembering the furniture, the
And you would love to know what
love that.
everyday life was like for your
Yes.
grandparents.
Yeah.
And you
Love
know what?
that.
Our grandkids, great grandkids, whoever, they would be interested to know what your life is like right now.
Yeah. Love that.
All right. Diana says since she's been doing it for 24 years, she's more intentional about carving out time for it. And like I said, daily life, not just big events. Sandy's been scrapbooking since the 90s with kids' albums. Sarah did needlework for 40 plus hours and just got into paper crafting a year ago. So welcome, Sarah.
And they kind of are crossovers like quilting
Yeah.
and
She's
scrapbooking.
already addicted, Diane.
Yeah.
Norma has been crafting all her life and she's reporting in at 88. So that
That's
is really good.
awesome.
And she said um, when things weren't available, they would repurpose items and made them into craft items.
Just like what we do now.
I know. So it's back.
It is.
And Laura says about as long as can remember, she's been doing lots of needlework and embroidery and sewing. And somewhere in her 20s, she kind of started that and paper crafting since 96 with scrapbooking. And now she does everything: watercolor, mixed media. Pam started with Creative Memories, her first class, 1985, and talked about how styles have changed, and that is for sure. Kimberly, 26 years ago. And since she moved to Iowa, she's gotten into other paper crafts and memory bound. So she's doing more than just 12 by 12. But I think a lot of us started with 12 by 12,
Yeah.
and some of us
Yeah.
still really like 12 by 12.
And you know what? I never, again, when I first started, all I did was 12 by 12, but I was doing my kids's. And I said, why would anybody want to make a mini album?
You said that?
Oh,
And now,
yeah.
oh my God, you're the mini album
And
queen.
now that's all I do
Oh
is
gosh.
because you can't put many pictures on there, but then the picture mates came out and you can make smaller
Smaller
pictures
pictures. Yeah, that's very
and
true.
it's so much fun to make those mini folios.
Kim says she scrapbooks. She loves mini books. Speaking of mini
Yeah.
books, or Vicky said that, I'm sorry. And mixed media project, thanks to Memory Bound. So we might want to give Maggie a shout out for our mixed media gal.
Yes, definitely.
And Kathy started real scrapbooking in 1991, and it's definitely changed a lot. And she's got a child that travels all over the world, and her favorite collection was Nature Study from 49 to
Yeah,
Market.
that's a good one.
All of 49 to Market are
Yeah.
favorites, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yep.
Let's see. And Kathy, you have to let us know if you get your box today. Pam's been crafting for 28 years since her daughter was a baby. And you guys get this. Her husband said she should make a scrapbook for their daughter. So she ran
Wow.
with it, has been doing it ever since,
Yeah.
and she makes a lot of cards. And Laura says Memory Bound sparked her interest in card making years ago, and she sent hundreds of cards to the Soldiers Cards for Soldiers
Oh,
program.
wow. That's
So Laura,
awesome.
that's really sweet,
Yeah.
and it's you're enjoying the crafting and you're making it. You're also giving. Sheila had twin grandchildren that were born, and she started scrapbooking, and they're 21 now, so we'll say 21 years. And Pam, let's see, she started with her mom and grandma doing crafts and even crafted in college and then got married and became a mom. And now she said she loves Memory Bound. She's 70, retired, and loves doing paper crafting.
Mm.
Elena said her mom taught her to sit, knit, and sew when she was 7, and she's 79 now.
Oh, that's
So if we do the
awesome.
math, I believe that's 72 years.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
she said she's really likes paper since high school. She's done a lot of when you just use scotch tape and photo corners, and those are probably the ones you had to get wet to make them stick. Never heard of archival anything, no inks. And Bev says maybe 30 years ago. And then she started scrapbooking and switched to card making and now does mini albums. And Cindy says, gosh, probably when I was in elementary school. She grew up with crafty women and grandparents who crafted in some fashion.
And another thing that of ladies that were in 4-H, we always had to do a 4-H record book, which is
That's the same
really it's
thing.
the same thing. And I have
Yeah.
got to go back and
You
try to
need to go
find
find
my
yours.
my and we hated doing them.
You did?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because they made you do it.
Because
That's
they
probably
made us
why.
do it and we had to have it done by the end of the season. And
Diane,
but
you need to go
anyway,
find it and
I
bring it
do.
in. I want to see it.
It would be fun.
It'd
But
be really cool.
again, that's a scrapbook.
Now, you guys, that was a comment from Cindy Grant, and Cindy's been here doing demos,
Yep.
and she's doing a craft along on Monday the 13th. And go to our calendar. She's got another really cool folio. And if you go to our calendar, it tells you what you need to bring, like certain sizes of papers, and you'll be able to make it with her. And then
Yeah,
you'll
it'll
be
be
off and
fun.
running, and you'll be making them like crazy.
Yeah,
So
it'll be great.
Shelly says she's loved arts and crafts as a kid. She started crafting scrapbooking in 2000 with Creative Memories and been doing it ever since. Great therapy, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to
Yep.
talk about Bunny. Bunny's our friend from Omaha, and she
Omaha.
started 35 years ago. And her husband, she says, my Steve, passed away 4 years ago, and she's done 5 albums about him,
Oh,
and they're 33 years together. So
wow.
that's a great honor for somebody that you've lost for sure. And she says memory. She likes making cards too, but Memory Bound is her favorite place to shop.
We love it when Bunny
And
comes.
she says thank you so much and amazing staff. Bunny's so fun.
Yeah.
Barb learned crafting from her dad's two sisters. She says her aunts were the Martha Stewart of the time before there was a Martha Stewart.
Stewart.
And she remembers tracing Christmas characters out of coloring books and painting them on tablecloths with paint pens.
Oh my
I
gosh.
thought that was a good story. And they
Wow.
let her do a cloth napkin. So she was allowed to do that. And then she found out cricket and Tim Holtz and
Wow.
has been going crazy ever since. And she watches us every morning. And Nancy started in 2000 for doing something, an album for her niece. And she was able to bring her albums in. If you have albums that you want to make color copies of, we don't scan them, but we actually make like a photocopy. And she did that for her albums. So if you're local, bring them in and we can do that for you. Dana started with the DOTS parties and DOTS. That some of you are going to know that it's some type of paper crafting. That was rubber stamps. I think it was rubber stamps. And she says it's a stress reliever, and I totally agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with that.
And Sherry says she's been crafting since junior high. We called it junior high in the old days. Now it's middle school. But she wondered if she really had to tell us the year. Sherry, you could probably say the year, and none of us want to do the math to figure it out. Eileen says she's been crafting for years, mostly make cards. She loves watching our videos and learning new techniques. And Donna, our friend Donna from Eastern Iowa, of course, she started in 1990 with scrapbooking and lots of cards and mixed media, and she loves new techniques. And you guys, she's a huge Elizabeth Craft
Yes, she is.
fan, and she's going to be here for the Janine classes. Jody says 2005 to do a wedding album, and she loves the hobby and all the beautiful product. Denise, 25 years ago, making cards. And against her own words, Diane, does it sound
Yeah.
familiar? Started scrapbooking,
Yep.
and
Never say never.
she does a lot of the flip albums, and which are really nice mini albums.
Yep.
And Sandy says 2019. Kelly says 30 years. Um, she thinks the big change is things are more computerized. Lisa started as a child, and for her advent calendar, she's using some of Chris's accordion booklet modified. And Norma's been a customer here for a long time, but she said she's attempted with a failed attempt at Creative Memories. And then Memory Bound opened, and she came to a weekend here, and she's been fell in love, and she's been scrapbooking. So she's
This
hooked.
is a good comment from Shannon. Oh man, it is such a marvelous stress reliever and the cause of stress sometimes, which
Oh
is
my
very
gosh.
true.
And then Jonah said she started at a home party, like we talked about,
Yep.
bring 6 to 10 pictures, leave with a 2 page layout. And that was 30 years ago. And she said it's changed a lot, but she's still loving it and doing it. And she's made the best part of it is the friends she made along the way. So I think that says a lot right there. And Sandy says she started in 2019 for a school project, not knowing anything. And then Jonah, this is kind of a fun thing to end on, you guys, with this, because the funny thing I remember, like it was yesterday, telling that sweet girl selling paper and stickers at the Creative Memories thing that I would never spend $100 on a scrapbook full of construction paper and stickers. Little did I know how deep I would fall in love with paper.
Oh,
So I love
that
that.
is so true. I love paper too.
So that's some of the comments. And then I was just going to name a few, again, take you down memory lane a little bit. Let's see, do we need to, I think we need to flip the camera for this.
Okay.
So I've got a few things. Like I said, I dug out some things at home to show you. And this was last night. I wish I would. I always get my ideas late, you guys,
I
and then it's
know.
like I have to rush. But there's a lot of things that don't exist anymore. A lot of companies have come and gone. And I thought you might enjoy seeing some of these. See who remembers Karen Foster.
Yep, that was a
And I don't.
big, big one.
And we had SRM Press.
Man, you
They-
found some doozers.
I did. Now, Basic Gray, as far as I know, the only thing they might have fabrics, but we do have their magnets. We had somebody that was worried that we got rid of the magnets.
Yeah, we still
we-
carry
that's
their
basically-
magnets.
But I will tell you guys, back in the day, Basic Gray was like the big dog when we went to trade shows. And you would have to run. And you'd have to run there to just to get a number to be able to place an order. And then all the orders were shipped out in order of the numbers. And I had a couple papers, Diane, that I found from
Really?
Basic Gray. Now
Oh my gosh,
I'm
Kellie.
conservative, so these are probably not quite as wild as some of the Basic Gray papers. But I found these in my stash last night, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun.
They were a
Because
great.
you know I might need a paper with glasses on
They
it.
were a great company.
So they were really popular. Seven Gypsies. I don't know how many of you remember the trays that we had, those wood trays. And they had some really cool stuff. And then check this out, everybody. Who remembers making memories?
They were the first. Do you think they? I think they were the first company that started making metal things.
I would
And it
agree.
was pre Tim Holtz.
Yes,
But
and
they had a lot of
Look
metals.
what I brought,
Oh
Diane.
my gosh!
So I have
Kellie.
this acrylic frame still in the package, $1.99. Got it here, I'm sure. And like Diane
Oh.
said, they had a lot of metals. Here's some rub-on
Rub-ons.
letters
They did a
from
lot
Making
of
Memories.
rub-ons too.
They were huge. They were just huge. And
Yeah.
I have a little gem stuck on the side of that. I don't know where that came from. They were really big. It was sad to see them go because, but a lot of things went. And then we had K and Company,
Yep.
and K and Company came out with the Smash books. So how many of you remember the Smash books?
They were like the junk journals
I love.
now.
Oh, you guys, when we walked into the trade show and they had a huge pile, like at a grocery store, you know how they have packs of pop all stacked up or whatever. Oh my gosh, I loved it. This came with a glue and a pen.
Right here.
Oh, Diane even has it.
Yeah.
Look at it. Came with a little glue on one end, and I think it was a marker on the other. And it was this little band.
So you could take it with you and put stuff in, like on a vacation.
Yeah. And I'm not going to flip through all of it,
but that first picture is good.
Somebody found this. I don't know where. They pulled it out and found it. But this is Maggie with Tim Holtz. I believe that was at Scrap Fest in Minneapolis. And I'm sure some of you had been there.
Yep.
Shelly says her daughters love the Smash book.
Yeah.
You guys, I just love all your comments. And then this is something we started with our staff. And
years ago.
2011 it looks like.
You know, we were going to scrapbook the store anytime we had an event. Well, that kind of
yeah. But anyway, so there's just, and look here's a card we got from a customer.
Becky
from Ruth.
Higgins.
We got this from Ruth.
Oh yes. Jean remembers Becky Higgins' books. She was very popular back in the day.
Oh yes, she was.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought this was fun to show. Diane, is that you?
Yes, it's Maggie and me. Is it Maggie and me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was that part of Scrap Fest?
Yes.
So there's Maggie and Diane at Scrap Fest.
Yeah. And then the other picture, I think, was all of us that went up there.
Yeah, oops, there it is. Sorry. Yeah, we sent our staff. You'll see on the left is Diane, and then next is Bonnie, who is a cherished staff member that we lost a few years ago, and then Michelle, and there I am in the middle with really short hair. I know. I wish I could wear those clothes still. And then we have Dawn, and then Diana. And Maggie is still with us, part-time. And then Jean worked at our Ames store, and then there's Katie. So that was 2011. So, we do keep people around here pretty well. So anyway, That's the Smash book with K and Company.
Interesting.
Very fun. And then you guys might remember EK Success.
Huge
Memory
company.
Bound was an elite store with EK Success, which means we were at the top of the food chain, you might say. I
Yeah.
guess we got to go to special parties, and I brought out. I had these markers, Diane. I know Diane's just gonna die when she
Oh
sees
my
some.
gosh, Kelly.
These are the Dotterifics. EK Success
Oh,
was huge.
it was a
Jolie's
huge company.
Boutique and all kinds of Zig marker was part of EK Success. And they had all kinds of things. And these Dotterific markers, I don't know, have any of you had these or used these? But basically, that's a really thin paper. So I don't, here, I'll put paper underneath
Kim
it.
just pulled out a paper pack from Kane Company and used it
Oh my gosh.
in the last few days.
Oh, I love
Recently.
it.
Oh my gosh.
I taught classes with these because you could do so many different
Kelly
things.
was a master at those.
I just want to stay and I just want to stay and do it. But anyway,
and they still work.
they still work. Very juicy. So those are from EK Success, and Dawn and I
Wow.
went to many events that put on by EK Success. Oops, they did leak through. So I brought those in, and then how many of you remember Colossal?
Oh, jeez.
That was an amazing cutting system. Before there was, you know, the Big Shot and the Cameo and the Cricut. This is the Colossal. I think you remember it had a special knife that you used.
swiveled. And...
Hey, Ruth said she has a couple of the markers, and Melanie has them.
Oh,
And
wow.
Shannon is right. I should have brought my class notes from that.
Wow.
But anyway, the Colossal was part of ProvoCraft, and of course, ProvoCraft is no
Do you
longer
still
available.
have?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I do not have. Diane was really worried.
I
No, I don't
was.
have Colossal,
Okay.
but I did love it a lot. I thought it was really great.
Oh yeah, it was the only thing available.
Look at this big daddy. How many
I
of
still
you
have that.
do you have it? I've got one, I think,
Yes.
down in the basement. We sold so many of these. This was the Crop and Style XXL. And baby,
Yes.
if you were traveling or going
Yep.
somewhere, you loaded this thing up.
I still use mine when I haven't gone anywhere for a long time, but yeah.
Okay. And Laura's comment, I have my basic gray packs and my mind's eye. And guess what?
Oh,
I
my
think I
mind's
brought some my
eye.
mind's eye.
I still have some Christmas from my mind's eye that I absolutely love.
Oh, maybe
And
I
it
don't.
is
Maybe I
in
don't.
my Christmas tub.
Here it is. No. Yeah, I do. I did bring a piece of paper. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Laura.
Yeah.
This is called the Spider's Web. This is amazing paper. I wish they would
I
do
love
this again.
my mind's eye. And the paper was like 49 a market paper.
This was
Nice,
79
nice.
cents for a two-sided. Remember when paper was 79
Yeah.
cents for two sides?
But their designs were awesome.
Okay, so speaking of paper, that's one thing that's changed a lot. This is speaking of this is Making Memories paper. I kind of forgot they had
Wow.
this.
Yeah.
It's single-sided. It's very thin.
Thin.
It's a little heavier than, you know, your normal copy paper. And then another brand that you might remember is Adorn It, and I believe they're still doing some certain crafts, but this is also one-sided paper. I loved Adorn It.
Wow.
And Paula uses her Crop and Style. Harder to load in her trunk than it used to be. We totally get that. Here's another one I found in my stash. This is from Sugar Tree. I love these bleachers.
Did you have trouble finding?
Well, I wish I would have started earlier, but this was last night about 10 o'clock, and I had this idea just to kind of take you down memory lane. I hope you guys aren't bored, and I guess if you are, you could probably.
Wow, Kelly.
This is Deja Vus. So how many of you remember Deja Vus? And this is single-sided, and here's some sticker strips.
They always had stickers to match.
I have a whole packet of this. We must have done a project with this.
Yes, Laura, Kelly and I were just talking about the quick cut dies.
Yes, and
Yep.
I probably have a quick cut die, but I could not find it.
I think I might have an alphabet that I kept for whatever reason because I'm not a keeper of things.
Unfortunately, I am. I had this EK paper,
That's
EK
pretty
Success,
cool.
probably because of the music. I've never used it because they're all in containers, so I don't know what I have. But this is an EK Success paper. And then Bo Bunny is kind of still around, but not like they used to
Mhm.
be. But this is Mama Razzi. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys remember Mama
that was a
Razzi. I loved
huge,
it. I loved it.
yes,
It was all about photos,
photo cameras.
and many of us are Mama Razzis. Okay, and I got a couple other papers. I might
Mary
as well
said
show
she's
these.
not bored.
Oh, good, good. Well,
Kim says she's not
I
bored.
just never know. All right, who remembers this brand? Let me get it
Yeah,
up close.
October afternoon.
Jennifer that works here loves October afternoon. So I found this from Cozy Home and Chilly
I
Mornings,
remember that paper.
and they had amazing product. I think they just had a little trouble managing their business.
Do you think
I probably
that's
shouldn't
been
say
within
that.
the last 10 years?
No, I think it's been gone longer.
Do you think?
Yeah. So the good thing about October afternoon is the artist Steve Duncan is designing for
Mhm.
Cartabella.
Still
So you
around
can find what's our latest Christmas in the City, maybe our latest Steve
from
Duncan
him.
collection. So you can still get those fun things. Okay, now this I did not remember much about junkets. I don't think we carried a lot of junkets, but
Yeah, I don't.
I found this paper in my
It
stash.
is double sided.
Yep. And I think you're going to remember this company, SEI.
Oh, yep.
And I had this paper, which I love these papers because they're all divided. And it's a single sided, but they had those little albums. The can't think of what they are, but now basically the flip books are the same. Preservation
Oh,
albums, is that what
yeah.
they were
Good
called?
job. Yes.
And then We Are Memory Keepers used to have paper and lots of collections, and I found this in my stash. And they're
Wow.
still around, but mostly for tools.
The quality of papers really, really, it depended on the company. They were heavy paper and thin paper and
Yeah.
glossy paper, and it's just pretty much like it is now.
Who,
Kaiser Craft.
who misses
Wow.
Kaiser Craft?
Me.
I found a piece of Kaiser Craft paper in my box.
Wow.
So that's another company that's gone away. SRM Press, I thought I had something for them. Maybe I showed it already. Little
Wow.
Yellow Bicycle. Who remembers Little Yellow
Yeah.
Bicycle or Chatterbox? Quick Cuts, we talked about. Heidi Grace Designs. Do you remember that, Diane? They had all those charms.
Charms.
It was very
Yes.
innovative.
We might still have a box of those, Kelly, up
We
in the.
might. Okay, the other one that I remember was called Two Busy Moms. And
Wow.
I thought I had something from them, but I don't see it.
There are a lot of companies that I had
I
forgotten about.
loved,
Rusty Pickle.
oh,
Kim just
yes.
said Rusty Pickle. That
Okay,
was
I got
one of
it.
my
I have to add that
favorites.
to my list because we were
Yes.
at the trade show once and we had our husbands there, and it was a smaller trade show and we couldn't find them. And we went to Rusty Pickle and we're like, oh, yeah, they've been here because there weren't a lot of guys at trade shows back then. Two Busy Moms was two busy moms that started a paper
Yeah.
company and had a lot of family related papers. And then there was Moxie. I probably have
That was an
Moxie
Iowa
paper.
company.
Yep, and they had good stuff.
Hmm.
Let's see,
Wow.
Cosmo Cricket,
Cosmo Cricket.
Daisy D's was huge. Um, Creative Imagination. Oh my gosh, I so miss that. Was a really wonderful
They were a
company.
great company. A
Oh,
lot of themed
yes. Okay,
type
I
stuff.
do have something from Two Busy Moms. And so there you might remember there's their
Yep.
logo, Two Busy Moms. I love the name of that. So I did have something from that. Creative Imaginations, this is from Creative Imaginations. They had a lot of really neat licensing that I'm sure cost a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars, they had John Deere, they had Old Guys Rule. I'm pretty sure they had some Disney, they had NASCAR, SeaWorld. They might, I don't know who had Mary Englebright, might have been them.
Might have been them. Chatterbox was another
Yep, that
good
was a
one.
great,
Yep.
great company. This is
Oh.
also this is from Danelle Johnson, and I don't know if
Oh
you
my
guys remember her,
gosh.
but this Diane's
Jeez.
dying that I
I am
pulled this
dying.
stuff out.
Wow.
Danelle was an amazing, amazing gal, and she
Yes.
came to Memory Bound a couple times and taught, and we absolutely love
Wow.
her. See, Melanie said she forgot about Two Busy Moms.
I know. There were a lot that
So I
I
hope you guys
forgot
like
about.
this. All right, what about this company? I bet you remember this one, KI Memories.
Wow.
That was a pretty big
It
company and
was, yep.
innovative. I remember them being very innovative. Because these are cardstock stickers, and there were no cardstock stickers 24 years ago. So there's KI Memories.
Lasting impression?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
hmm
Wow.
Sorry, this is another Creative
Yep.
Imagination. This is another Danelle Johnson. Her label was called Art Warehouse,
Wow. To
and
have some of
I
that stuff back, because that's very,
I know some of I feel like this was way out there, you
yes,
guys.
it was way out there.
All right, the other company we mentioned, My Mind's Eye, had all those little people, and here's me and my big ideas. I didn't have a sticker with me and my big ideas, but
They had all the
I did
stick
have the green
people.
borders.
Wow.
Now there was a company called Out There Scrapbooking, and this is all I have left.
Out there
They
scrapbooking.
had beer and alcohol
Oh, yes.
and
Yes.
this had shot glasses on it. And when it came out, oh my gosh, people
Yeah.
were some craft star owners were in an uproar that they would dare to print
Yeah.
something with beer and alcohol on it. And Dawn and I loved it, and we thought it was going to be a big seller, and it was.
Yes,
So
Janet. Danielle did teach.
yeah, she did. Another person that taught
Here.
at Memory Band was Teresa from Fufala. Diane is dying. You guys need to see her. She's having a cow because I have all of this stuff.
Oh my
Okay, Paula says she toured the K and Company in Kansas City, and I was able to tour it also. I was really sorry to see Kate.
Yeah.
See that? Well, they actually got bought out by somebody. But here's Fufala. She was from Omaha.
Fufala was again before their time.
Yes, she was a junk journaler for sure.
Very much a
Teresa, I
junk
don't know her
journal.
last name. I can't remember.
But they had the ribbons that she had, and
Yeah, she had neat stuff.
embellishments were awesome.
And this is the Girls Papery by Margie. Is it Margie Romney? I can't think.
Yep, she was another
Can't
big
think of her
one.
last name.
Wow.
And her stuff was done through Advantis, which is who does Tim Holtz.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of hers because I took a class with her, and it was all pinks and foo-foo-ish. And then you guys, Basil.
We can start our own museum.
I might need to. Basil they didn't always do cardstock. They had flowers, they had card bases, they had mini albums, and they had flowers like this.
Lots and lots.
Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot to bring,
is
Diane?
the jar.
I have a jar of the flowers from
They
Prima.
did have neat jars.
So I didn't
with
bring Prima's flowers, but I think some of you had jars of flowers.
Melanie is impressed that you have all this.
So am I. Here's some metal alphabets from Die Cuts with a View, and I think they're mainly paper now.
Die Cuts with a View, we had a lot of their stuff. Wow.
Yeah, we have a funny story about them I'll tell sometime. And then these are deluxe cuts, and I don't remember what company this is, and it's very glary, but it's a hammer and all the pieces to the tools. Do you remember what company this is? It just says Deluxe Designs. Oh, it's Deluxe Designs.
Yep, that was a lot of people still have those flowers.
Autumn. Did I mention Autumn Leaves?
Autumn Leaves. Wow.
I think color book is gone.
Linda says, I just did a big clean out of my craft room. I too just sat and giggled at what I found.
I know. It's kind of like, check this out, you guys. This was a wall at Memory Bound. Let me get that light off.
Stencils.
Yes. But it's got the paperkins. So the paperkins from EK Success, they were paper dolls that you could trace them. You could buy the dolls. You could get the clothes, and they had dies. And then there's the Planet pages. But this was one of our walls. And now if you go look at our stencil wall, it's going to be Tim Holtz.
Yeah.
And mainly just, what would you say, like backgrounds?
Yeah. Echo Park. Yep.
All right. Then
Shannon, she does have her crafting museum. Her own.
If only
Very much so.
If only I could clean it up and know what I had. All right, Diane. This is Scrapbook Design University. This program was put on.
Janet, do you remember us going to these classes?
Did you guys go to classes?
Yes,
and then
we
you
did.
taught it here at Memory Bound?
Yeah, we went to New Jersey. Janet,
Oh
is
my
that
God,
where
I
we
do
went?
not remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, we were
So,
SDU teachers.
so we had all
Wow.
kinds of SDU classes here at in Memory Bound, and this was the book. And I probably have a book somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, but it was really neat. And here's some of our graduates.
Janet, do you have your book? I'm pretty sure I don't have mine.
Um,
Oh my God, those are
so
staff.
there's Diane and I, and this is at your house, Diane, when we had our graduation party.
Oh my gosh.
So that was a graduation. And then you guys, I wanted to show you this one because this is Diane awarding me my certificate
In our garage.
in her garage. There's her there's her garbage can right there,
Oh,
and the
gee.
phone number if you need to call.
We were in the garage.
Go ahead and take the phone number down. But you and look at your T-shirt. You're wearing the purple and
Yeah.
green T-shirt. So
In our hats.
we went and bought those hats just for
Yeah.
fun. And then another thing that
Oh,
when I
my
was looking through
gracious.
photos, I thought you guys might enjoy, but we were in a couple parades, and this is one of the parades that we were in
Yes.
where we pulled a boat behind us, and it's just something about heroes, save your memories, and scrapbook. Be a
Is that
hero.
Abby and Alex?
I think, yeah, I think it says be a hero, save your scrapbooks, or save your memories and scrapbook. This is from 2002.
Oh, there's Tammy's daughter.
So our store was probably open about not even a year when we did this.
Wow.
So that was pretty
Dawn
fun.
and Dennis's red Suburban.
I
Or
think
was
that's
it
our car.
your
That's
car?
an
Yours,
expedition.
your-
Look at we got big giant scrapbook pages hanging off
Oh,
the
that's
side.
Abby sticking out
Yeah.
the window.
Oh my gosh.
So
Those
that
are
was
great
fun.
pictures.
Those are good memories. Like I said, I hope you guys don't mind all the memories. Let's see. Then some of the things that we've done. Oh, I'll show you some magazines too. I'll show you some magazines next. I
Well,
think
you'll
we'll
have
do
to go
this.
back and read comments because there's some good ones.
Well, we appreciate all your
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, that was
This a lot of you
Wow.
mentioned on Facebook that you started with creative memories, and I did dig this out. I think there's 3 issues. This is volume 7, so maybe I have 7 of these. I don't know. And I have a layout in one of them, and I tried to find it this morning quickly before the video. I don't know if it's in this one, but it just kind of shows you
We love
scrapbooking
those
and
books.
tips. Yeah, this was all we had for a long
Yep.
time.
Yep. There was no YouTube or
I would say this was the
Pinterest or-
start maybe of the magazines.
yeah.
And then if you're joining us late, this was maybe the high time of magazines for
Yeah.
crafting
We
and
had
scrapbooking.
a lot.
A lot of these are idea books. Like there's some in there just on using the colossal. And so this was the Creative Memories book. And Diane, I didn't realize it, but there's stickers in the back.
No,
I
did
never
not.
used those because I
Nope.
didn't know they were there. I wish I could find mine. So maybe I'll look for it later. Okay, then I brought,
Oh.
here's a Creating Keepsakes magazine from 1997, which is pre-Memory Bound time. So
Now,
that's
Creating
before.
Keepsakes was the magazine.
I think when you think of magazines for
Yeah.
our craft, I think you're going to think Creating Keepsakes. I got to back up just a little bit so we can get the whole thing in.
Gotta go.
I'm going the
there.
wrong way.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway, this is from 1997, and remember today we're just talking about how things have changed in crafting and in paper crafting especially. But you're gonna, if you go back and have old magazines, you're probably gonna find Memory Bound listed in all of them for at least the last 24 years.
Wow.
And remember these, everybody? Oh, Mrs. Grossman's. We didn't talk about
my
Mrs.
gosh.
Grossman's.
Those were all the stickers on the
Oh, they were on a
rolls.
roll and they were wonderful. And gosh,
They had every theme.
Kim says she has all the creative memory binders.
Wow.
Well, Kim, I have a layout in there somewhere and I'm going to look for it. So here is an issue from 2000 or 97. I don't know how old, I don't know how long ago that was, but it's pretty cool. Sorry, I just want to look at it, but let's move on. All right, then here's one. I brought this one from 2004, I think because I found this one first and then I found the older one. But look at, we're talking about how scrapbooks have changed at all this. The strap hinge was like the main thing.
Color Book. That was another company.
Yep, and they had great albums. They
Yeah.
had a lot of stuff.
Those were our main albums for.
Yeah, Strap Hinge was definitely the
Yeah.
main album.
Yeah.
I don't, so This is just, oh gosh, you know what I didn't bring, but I should have? We had all of those quote books. We had all kinds of
Yes.
quote books. Here's your Pioneer albums. They're still going strong. There's Color Book. And you guys, if anybody, I'm sorry, but I don't think you could subscribe, but it was only $24.97 for a year. Okay, so how are we doing on time? Ooh, we're running over.
We've
All
got
right.
a half hour before we
You want
hit
me
the
to break the
record.
record?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for taking so long. Scrapbooks,
Oh, I think people
etc.
are loving it.
We loved this company because they were local, out of Des Moines through Better Homes and Gardens, which
I
was
forgot
located
about
in Des Moines.
those.
And this is from 2001. So this would have been when we were first opening. And you're going to see that it's scrapbooks, etc. And meaning scrapbooks and a little more. But most of the magazines were scrapbooks. There's those little paperkins we talked about from EK
Yeah.
Success.
Oh my gracious.
So it was pretty much scrapbooking. Oh, Paper Adventures. Oh my
Paper
gosh, I forgot
Adventures
about
was
them.
another one.
Much to
Wow.
Doug's demise, or not demise, but I've saved all my magazines. And then Memory Makers. I think maybe you
Yep.
remember Memory
Yep.
Makers
Yep.
magazine. And
Definitely.
again, I picked up the October issues just to kind of give you
They're
an idea.
they're loving this. So
All right. Well, I didn't realize how late we were going, but here's more EK Success. And Diane, do you remember these adornments?
yep.
I
Yep.
do have those at home.
I think I might.
Still have some of the ribbon, and
It was all kinds
Yeah,
of weird ribbons,
it
and it was
was.
very innovative.
it was pretty cool. I might have to
I-
look
I
at a
cut mine
magazine
up.
over lunch.
Yeah, got a few. Some, and then we had. Do you remember Simple Scrapbooks?
Yep.
Came out, and it was supposed to be simple. And this is not October because I couldn't find an October issue. But so these pages were going to be more, like you can tell, it's a little bit more simple. Oh, there's our quick cuts. How many of you guys remember the
Oh,
quick cuts
yes. Yep.
handle? That was like the early die cutting was quick cuts, and now look at us. We got crickets and it's electronic. I was trying to find something to focus on, but
Kay says it's been a fun and memorable morning.
well, good, because then we had Paper Cuts magazine,
No, I do not remember
and
that
this
one.
is Paper Cuts with a K.
Wow.
It's and this actually, yeah, this is 2001, so this was also right when we opened. So you'll see it's mostly scrapbooking. And so there's that. Oh wait. Okay. Look
Wow,
at this. Look at the
that.
stencils
Yeah,
with the
deja
banners.
vus. I remember those bow ones.
Yeah, we definitely sold those. And Diane, do you remember Creative, or this is Imagination Crafts,
Yes.
that had all of
All
the
this-
red punches?
yep. I'm
And
sure
when,
there's a box of those somewhere in the store.
well, punches were huge.
Yeah.
When we had every shape you could imagine. And then we had Paper Trends.
Those were great magazines.
And this was actually out of, well, no, it wasn't. This is 2005. And this was starting to get a little bit scrapbooking, but a little bit more. Like here's some treat ideas.
Laura, I think everybody bought every scrapbook magazine that
Yeah,
came out.
I figured it was, a business expense for me, or part of our business. Yeah. Here's another Scrapbooks, etc., which again was a Des Moines. So sometimes the editor would come in and see us, and
Yep.
I think we did a story with them and some other things. And then let's see, we did Paper Trends. Didn't I
Yeah.
show Paper Trends? Okay. And then we had the Cards magazine. This is 2010 from December. But look at, I think I would still make those.
Who made the magazines? Who?
Scrapbook Trends and did the Cards magazine. Is that?
But there was a company that made 8x8 magazines like that were, well, Making Memories had some idea books.
Oh,
that were
idea
8
books,
by,
yes.
8
Boy.
by 8.
Diane, we need to look at this one. I think there's some ideas in here for us.
Yeah.
There's a Xyron. Okay, and then the other thing that was really big was Pinecone Press. And we actually had a book club here where each month a book would come out and you would get your book. And Diane, did you do the book club with people, or did Janet do it? But this is all torn art.
I did not knew. I think it was Darcy.
Oh, I think you're
I
right.
think Darcy did that.
So here's an idea book all about torn art, which was very innovative. Now we tear all the time, but you wouldn't think to tear. Oh my God, tear my paper.
Yeah.
And then here's one about ink art, which I thought was interesting because it's got stenciling. There's some writ dye, everybody, and things that we do all the time now. And this was kind of an innovative idea book. And then I got this one because it's the altered alphabets, and it was on top. I will tell you, it was on top. But different ways to use your alphabet in your layouts. But this is pretty much scrapbooking. So that was a book club, Pinecone Press. Really nice albums, nice magazines. Oh, I got another paper crafts. Oh, I haven't shown paper crafts yet. So this is paper crafts, and this was this is a fun magazine also, and it actually they're the ones that started World Card Making Day. And I'll share more about that as we get closer to Saturday with World Card Making Day. But I always liked this one, Diane, because it would show you the card, and then it kind of just had tips and how to make the card.
Ideas.
And it was written very easy in bullets. I like bullets rather than reading a paragraph.
Fancy pants.
Oh yeah, Fancy Pants
Yep.
still exists, but
Really?
mhm. Okay, now this is Creative Scrapbooker magazine. It's the last magazine around, pretty much. It's published out of Canada. This issue is 2016, and they were celebrating 10 years, so it's been around since 2006. So this one is 9 years old. And then look at what I brought out this year's.
Oh,
So it's really, they both have that really
yeah,
nice, kind of
nice.
leathery feeling cover. I don't think it's really changed that much in the last 9 years, except, new products and new things. But I thought that was interesting. And we do have this one available. So this is $12.99. I
And
put a K on
that's
this because this
the
is
only
mine.
one
Yeah,
available.
it pretty much is. And you're going to find there's listing of stores back here, and you're going to see memory bound. I'll pull it up here so you can see it, but there's memory bound right there.
Yeah.
So that's the newest magazine. So we went from really a 97 to a 2025. That's pretty good. Okay. Do you want to switch the camera around? I know I got a pile of magazines. I think I've shown all my pictures. We talked about what you shared for Facebook books. Let's see what else I have in my notes here that I don't want to miss anything. Oh, one more thing. I really want to talk about how memory bound has changed, because a lot of you have talked about it. You've seen it in pictures, but when we opened, Diana and I were talking about this, that everything was safe for your scrapbook. It had to be lignin free and acid free.
Acid free.
And it was flat stickers and paper. And now it's like anything goes.
Anything goes.
Wouldn't you say, Diane?
Yep. Yep.
And when Memory Band opened, we were just mainly scrapbooking. We really didn't do much with cards or mixed media. We had no stamps or dies because there was a store in town that was stamping, and we checked with them before we opened, and they weren't going to do scrapbooking, so we jumped in. We talked about stickers on the roll, and now we have 3D stickers, dimensional stickers. There's scratch off stickers. There's all kinds of things.
But not on a roll.
Not on a roll. There's no more rolled stickers.
No more
thank
rolls.
goodness. Teresa said, "Thank goodness."
Yeah.
We showed you the paper. It was like one-sided, pretty plain print,
And sometimes thin.
thin, and now it's like two-sided. It's got foil on it. It's acetate. It's die cut in the shape of a baseball or something. Really cool. And
Yeah.
distressed, like the Elizabeth Craft paper that we showed you today. We talked about our pages were flat, and now they're dimensional. Do you remember, Diane, when tags came out and eyelets and
Oh my
brads
gosh, I
and
loved all that
chipboard?
stuff.
There was no chipboard either.
No.
And
Loved all
some
that.
people were purists and they didn't want to use any of that in their scrapbooks.
Just when Making Memories came out with all of those metal embellishments, and that was,
They were very innovative.
oh, that was great.
There was also a company called, I think it was called the Scrapyard, maybe, and they had all kinds of metal embellishments, and they were very innovative
Yeah.
also. And most of everything else we've talked about, how we had bins of die cuts. I wish I had a picture of that, but I don't. And then
Die cuts
we
were
got the die cut
huge.
machine because we got the quick cuts. I can't remember what that handle was called to cut the little dies. And then the Revolution, the Big Shot, and then we've got they had the Big Shot switch and the Cameo and the Cricket.
Well, and we had lots of the AccuCut
We had
machines with
that.
all the
I
dies.
gotta say that was my favorite thing when we opened.
Yeah.
I'm like, we want a die cut machine.
Definitely.
Other than that, the one thing that hasn't changed is telling your story with your scrapbooks and your projects and crafting for your health and your mental well-being and to have fun and for the benefit of others. When you make a card and send it to somebody else,
Yeah.
I don't think that's changed at all.
Nope.
And I mentioned earlier that a lot of our staff hasn't changed, which I'm really honored about that. And I do want to give a shout out. I meant to do this early on. A shout out to all the Memory Bound staff, past and present,
Present.
because that's really what makes Memory Bound what
have
Memory Bound
awesome
is.
staff.
And it's what's kept us here for 24 years. Is so thank you to all of the wonderful staff members, and really all of you, because it's all about the people and the community, and that has never changed
Nope.
in 24 years. Other than we didn't have an online community when we opened our doors like we do now, and now I just feel like we've got everybody.
Yeah, we have got the best customers.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I just got
they're
goosebumps.
they give us a lot of leeway, and there are times that
Everybody's
yeah.
everybody's pretty sweet. So I don't. Do we have any other questions or comments or?
Well, we're on low battery, so
Oh, we better get going.
get going.
So thank you for celebrating our 24th year. I had a sign somewhere just to remind you that today is 24% off our stamps and dies.
Yep.
I wanted to do something a little bigger because I know they cost more, and this is a chance to get something maybe you were wanting but you didn't want to spend as much, or stock up, get something new. So that's today only.
Brandy has
And,
had a lot of glimmers today.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I love glimmers.
Thank you so much for your great comments.
Oh my gosh,
Kellie will
I'll have to go back and read them. I'll
Yeah.
read them tonight. So,
Yeah.
if
Thank you,
I
everybody.
think we're good, and tomorrow we're going to be showing some Christmas cards, which is great because Saturday's National Card Making Day, or World Card Making Day now. And so when we show you that, I'll tell you about the history of World Card Making Day, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So Becky's got cards she made for us. So thanks everybody for joining us. Have
Great
a
morning.
crafty day. Keep your crafting alive in 2025.
Thanks, everybody.